All right, Maura, it's been like a month almost here for your team. Just how's the team look coming out after break?
Great. We've had a pretty good camp as we sort of look at it. So far this week, small group. A lot of kids are still with their national teams. They have a tournament coming up. I think it starts today, actually. So small group, which has been great. A lot of time to work on skills and some different things, being creative, getting to net, and they're working hard and excited for the second half.
What's the mentality of the team kind of like after not finishing the first half of the season the way you'd like?
Yeah, I mean, one blip on the radar during a pretty successful run. We've talked about it a lot. I think the way we look at it is it's a good learning experience. I think a lot of successful teams have to overcome adversity to get to where they want to get in the end of the season. So we're using it as a learning lesson, and you got to make sure to play your hardest, play your best, no matter who you're playing, no matter what time of year it is, in a full 60 minutes. So it's a good lesson for us.
Exhibition this week, but it's against a pretty talented team that you saw earlier in the year. What is it that the Whitecaps can kind of do to help this team prepare? What kind of tests can they give you to prepare for the rest of the second half?
Yeah, I love the schedule, the way it sets up. It's really great for us to have such a good team coming in, high level, high hockey IQ, hockey players out there. They're going to push the pace. They're going to play physical. We saw all of that earlier in the season, so I think it's a great warm-up for us. We're going to try some different things, and it should be fun.
Ideally, is this kind of how you'd like to start, or maybe every schedule to kind of play out, where you get to open against the Whitecaps and then kind of restart the second half after a long break against the Whitecaps too? Because there is so much talent on that team that they really can push you going into the second half. Yeah,
ideally it would work out that way, but it doesn't always go in my favor just because of the way the WCHA schedule gets planned ahead of time. So this year it worked out well that we were able to do it. I do think it's a good model just for those reasons, especially with 5 of our European players being over in Europe right now and missing the opening series. So it's important that anytime we're playing league games that we have our full roster. So whenever we can avoid that, it's smart.
With those 5 being gone, do you approach this more as a normal game week to maybe get some of the other girls in a routine, or do you kind of view this as a true exhibition?
A little bit of both. You know, we brought them back on the 29th, so we've had 5 practices so far, had yesterday off. And then Monday we started this week as if it was a game week. So getting into line work this week, started some special team stuff on Monday, but everything will be different than what it normally is because we're missing a lot of players. So I see it as a great opportunity for a lot of players that are here to try different roles, step up into some different roles, and show us what they have. So I think it's going to be fun.
Who's all at national team stuff this week?
All the Sweets, so Lind, Lovenhielm, Hedin, Katka, and Stalder.
So basically the European.
Yes, exactly.
So I don't have to ask you who's playing with Bricklock and Stalder this week?
Yeah, you can.
Anything in particular stand out to you about the first half, positive or negative?
Very positive. We just had a great team meeting on Monday to kind of look at the first half and see what our objectives that we had set out, what we accomplished and what we still need to work on. And I think everybody talks about that opening weekend against BC, getting the tie and the win against a really good team there, just kind of springboarded us into a really successful first semester run. And obviously you can't overlook the Wisconsin win. First time anybody in that locker room had beaten Wisconsin, so that's really powerful. You know, you talk about being a great team, but it takes beating a really great team to really believe it. And so our mentality is strong, and we're really excited. Like I said, this is a great second half for us. We have a lot of home games. I think a great opportunity for us to accomplish our goals. We want to get back to that national tournament. We want to go as far as we can into March. So we're excited.
You already feel pressure from Minnesota. You got to beat them to get somewhere. So that's the team you got to beat, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think we get up for that series anyways. We were excited. even when we lost those 2 games down there, really excited about the way we played and feel very good about playing them here. So it is a big series, but every game is really important. So it's whatever is right in front of you, that's what we need to take care of.
You feel good that you got through that stretch? We talked about that 6-7 on the road, and you kind of got through it. It was through finals weekend or week and everything. Now you get to play a lot of the second half, like you said here. Does that make you more comfortable that there's not going to be as much traveling?
Yeah, I think we went 5-1 on the road there in the end, which is pretty respectable, and we're happy to be here, especially for the Gopher series. I think, you look at, they're just little details. Their rink is a little different than ours. The crowds that they pull down there, it's like the 7th man in the stand. So we're very excited to play here, and not only against the Gophers, but against a lot of other teams as well. We're only at Bemidji and at Wisconsin this semester. So, the home ice is an advantage in some ways. Sometimes it's overplayed, I'd say, but we've had a pretty good run here at Amsoil this past semester, and we hope that continues.
Health-wise, everyone's
Only Wisconsin. Those are pretty huge series.
Huge. Every series is huge, right?
Wisconsin might have their whole team. And
Yep. Yeah. They should by then.
and they might be kind of aiming for revenge.
Revenge, yeah. Yeah, I think, this is a huge stretch for us, but it's also a huge stretch for everybody else. And every game, every point is really important. So we talk about that, in our meeting the other day about how the pressure is going to go up this semester, but that's great for us. We've put ourselves in a position that we have something to play for here. And a lot of other teams don't have that opportunity, so we're embracing it.
Maura, health-wise, everyone good to go for the second half?
Yep, everybody's good.
Is it also Laura can play forward one shift and defense?
She's not here, so I'm not worried about her yet. We'll see where she's at. You've seen her versatility, so it's a nice problem to have.